All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Michael Woodward. I am the Fire Chief for Titusville Fire and Emergency Services Department. Today, we are celebrating numerous events among us. I am very pleased to announce that we will have the opportunity to honor our long-term Fire Department Chaplain, Mr. John DeVoss, the swearing in of one of our newest firefighters, Mr. Jermaine McKoy, standing back there in the back, several promotions, one of being Mr. Adam Vaknin from the rank of firefighter to driver-operator, and then Miss Lisa Ford, Brian Strong, Jeff Harris, and Jeremy House as they move from the rank of driver-operator to lieutenant within our department. To end our festivities today, we are honoring the contributions of two of our long-term employees, retiring Lieutenant Mike Chiles and retiring Battalion Chief Daryle Blankenship, as they reach the conclusion of their careers with our department. Collectively, these 9 employees of our department embody the beginning, the progression through the ranks, and the end of the careers within the fire service. I'd like to begin by asking Chaplain John DeVoss to briefly stand and be recognized as I read a few words about him. Mr. DeVoss joined our department as its chaplain almost 18 years ago. Although we traditionally think of our chaplains as helping members of our community, during his time with us, he has also counseled members of our crews, our staff, and helped them over difficult times in both their work and their home personal environments. He displayed sympathy while discreetly maintaining our dignity, but it's mostly our community members who have benefited from his capacity as a volunteer chaplain within our department. I know that I can remember countless times during all hours of the days and nights when I was on shift requesting his assistance through the years whenever time would call and whenever the citizens would need his services. When personnel were asked about some of the things that Chaplain DeVoss has done, they too related many heartwarming stories. A couple of them come to mind. One primarily that involved a family of 3 children staying with their grandparents. One of the grandparents took seriously ill and had to be transported to the hospital, with the spouse traveling in the ambulance with them. Chaplain DeVoss immediately switched the role, put on his child care specialist hat, and stayed with the 3 young children until out-of-town residents and family members could arrive to take over. Other times include roadside tending of victims of serious vehicle accidents and helping family members begin the coping process after other tragedies involving their loved ones. Victims burned out of their homes and emotionally vulnerable were confronted by his presence and his intercession on their behalf with local hotels for immediate emergency lodging and other aid groups such as the Salvation Army, the American Red Cross, and with local churches to assist with food and other needs such as clothing when families lost all of their belongings due to an emergency that we responded to. His most important role for our patients and their families, however, is being a rock of comfort in their times of need, just sitting with them as they are trying to absorb the sudden emotional blows they recently suffered. For the past 18 years when called upon, unless Mr. DeVoss was out of town visiting family or on a cruise, he was always there for us and our community members. Although this sounds like Chaplain DeVoss is leaving us, we want to empathetically state it is not so. That's not the case. Although we are here to honor his long-term dedicated service to our department and our community, we are also announcing his latest role, which is lifetime honorary chaplain emeritus with our department. Even though he won't be responding to field emergencies and call-outs at all hours of the day and nights anymore, from now, in the future, and for as long as he wants to be and remain with us and be a part of our department, he will continue to interact with and assist our personnel and serve as our official prayer master for any of our future departmental events. Chaplain DeVoss, if you would please could have your wife come up. We'd like to go ahead and present you with a badge and a few tokens of our appreciation for your dedication and service to our community. This is where you have to do it, yes ma'am. And what we have here is we've made up a special badge for you that signifies your new title as emeritus with us.
Not yet. This one over there, or
Yes.
this one down here? There's two places. Okay.
You can just let that hang. Perfect. Some may ask, what does Chaplain Emeritus signify? The term emeritus means to be retained on the rolls, to be revered, and to be respected. And Mr. DeVoss, that defines how all of us feel about you today. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for our department and our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And at this time, and as a tradition within our department, we'd like to present you with your shadow box.
Nice.
And I'd also like to ask, I'll hold that for you if you want, our union president, Mr. David Neal, to come up and present you with something from the union.
Like this. Pictures.
On behalf of Local 2445, we'd like to present you with your axe, for your 18 years of support with the department.
Thank you.
You like that?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Put this back over there for now.
Sure, if you'd like, we can set that back down. Thank you.
Just put that there.
All righty.
Pick it up later.
Would you like to say a few words?
It's pretty dangerous to ask a Baptist preacher to say a few words, but I'll try. It's been a blessing to me in my retirement time to have this ministry. I have referred to it, as people have talked to me, I've referred to it largely as a ministry of presence. Just to be there. You know, a lot of times when we go into a situation where someone maybe has lost a loved one or other catastrophe, we're prone to say, well, we know how you feel. No, we don't really know how they feel. But just to be there and to help materially when there is that need and we're capable of doing it. But most of all, I want to thank the members of Titusville Fire and Emergency Service, from the administrative staff right on down to each of the stations, for the blessing that they've been to me and the support that I've had. Thank you for the opportunity and the privilege I've had of doing this.
Our pleasure. Thank you. All right. Well, next, I'd like to introduce our newest member of our department family, firefighter Jermaine McKoy. Front and center, please. If you would, Jermaine, go ahead and introduce your family members that have come to join you in this.
Well, I have my mom, Sandra McKoy, and my dad, Patrick McKoy.
Pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Jermaine, as a new firefighter, there are many different aspects of the job that firefighter entails. I can tell you that anyone who embraces a fire service as a career requires special characteristics and strengths to get through what we are exposed to each and every day and make it through with a smile. You must be physically fit, mentally tough, and display a professional demeanor. But you must also be willing to experience a display compassion to the members of our community. As our department motto explains, service doesn't come from a manual, it comes from the heart. You're going to learn that well throughout your career with us.
Yes, sir.
Because of your individual actions and those of your team members, the situation will be left better than when you arrived, and your personal actions are a necessary component to achieving this positive and professional outcome. Jermaine, there is not much I will be able to tell you about the challenges of your probationary year. For each individual, it will be a little different. I remember mine, and I'm sure you'll remember yours. However, I charge you to display your commitment, loyalty, and dedication to our team and to our community. Remember, being a Titusville firefighter is an honor and a privilege that has existed for over the past 100 years with our department, and that many have experienced before you, and it's up to you to continue to expand upon the traditions of our department and to individually provide the outstanding service that our community has come and has a right to expect from us. Firefighters are some of the most amazing, dedicated, and compassionate people you will ever find. During your interview process, you were selected because we felt you have these tributes, and that is why we are glad to see you join our family today. Are you ready to take on these challenges and live up to the expectations of being a Titusville firefighter?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's do this. Need you to raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Yes, sir.
I state your name.
I, Jermaine McKoy,
Do swear and affirm
do swear and affirm
that I will
that I will
recognize the importance
recognize the importance
and honor of my profession,
and honor of my profession,
conduct my personal and professional life
conduct my personal and professional life,
so that it inspires public confidence.
so that it provides, sir,
Inspires public confidence.
inspires, sir, help,
Public confidence.
public confidence,
There you go. Judge fellow firefighters
judge fellow firefighters
by standards
by standards
I myself hold
I myself hold
and never jeopardize
and never jeopardize
the safety
the safety
of any fellow firefighter.
of any fellow firefighters,
Regard it as my duty
regard it as my duty
to avail myself
to avail myself
of opportunities
of opportunities
to enhance
to enhance
my professional skills
my professional skills
and abilities,
and abilities,
pledge loyalty
pledge loyalty
to my supervisors,
to my supervisors,
fellow firefighters,
fellow firefighters,
and to the organization I represent.
and to the organization I represent.
Therefore,
Therefore,
I acknowledge this badge
I acknowledge this badge
is a symbol
as a symbol
of the public's
of the public's
and department's
and department
faith and trust in me,
faith and trust in me,
and I pledge
and I pledge
to faithfully perform
to faithfully perform
the duties of firefighter
the duties of firefighter
and remain true
and remain true
to the ethics
to the ethics
of the fire service.
of the fire service.
Congratulations, Jermaine. Who would you like to have come up and take your badge?
A lot of big words.
It is a lot. All right. Straight in.
I need a step.
Wait, I got this.
You want to come up too, Jeff? Come on up. There you go. All right, well, congratulations to our newest firefighter, Mr. Jermaine McKoy. We are proud to have you as part of our family now. All right. Before I move on, I'd like to introduce some of Chaplain DeVoss's family members that have come for this. Got your lovely wife and your sons. Who else? Your daughters-in-laws, grandson, and many others that have traveled to be a part of this today. So, and I'd also like to thank everybody else that took time out of their day. We got some representatives from the police department, Mr. and Mrs. Hammond. We've got Human Resources Director Joe, Tom Abate, Support Services, and many others from other agencies and everything else. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and joining us with us. So, as I indicated during the introduction, we also celebrate a milestone in the careers of 5 of our employees. Mr. Adam Vaknin, Miss Lisa Ford, Jeremy House, Brian Strong, and Jeff Harris. If you would, please come forward and line up. Come on up. Adam Vaknin has achieved the status of driver-operator within our department. The individuals who qualify for this position are charged with getting their crews to emergencies quickly but also safely. They maintain the operability of the most individually expensive piece of equipment our department and possibly the city owns, which is our fire engines and our ladder trucks. They provide the critical and essential logistical and operational support on fire scenes to provide adequate water flows during large fires, as you can see was evidenced last week behind you on the television. And also they provide and maintain and make sure that all the equipment on the truck is ready and is able to be used at a moment's notice. They are also necessary to complete and support the crew component or complement vital to other emergencies. Those of you in the audience who will be moving up within our organization, all the firefighters that we have out there, I want you to pay particular attention to the positive attributes Mr. Vaknin here brings to the table and is cultivated through his years of service with our department. And I urge you to follow these examples as you set forward and try and move forward within the careers and promoting up within our department. So Adam, who would you like to have pin your badge on for you today?
My wife. Come up here.
Come on up. Straight in. All right. Congratulations, Adam. All right, the next 4 individuals up here are moving forward from the position of driver-operator to the position of lieutenant within our department. The position of lieutenant is one of significant importance. The position is in charge of the fire station, its employees, and all apparatus assigned to it. The lieutenant is the first-line supervisor for all the combat employees assigned under him or her, and must be able to make good decisions both strategic and tactically, lead by example, counseling employees, and when the need arises, to discipline when necessary. On emergencies, the lieutenant assumes the position of incident commander, safely directing the actions of his or her crews, but may also be directing those of incoming units from other stations and agencies, as was evidenced also in the other night's fire, and must be knowledgeable and able to display calm and sound leadership. This position also serves as a conduit between his or her crew and other levels of supervision within the department, and is charged with setting the positive morale and ethical model to be emulated by the employees under his or her care and in charge. So we'll start off with Miss Lisa. Lisa, who would you like to have come pin your badge for you? All right, come on up. Congratulations, Lisa. Brian? Would you like to have pin your badge on for you?
My son Nathan.
Come on up, Nathan. There you go. Did he get you? It's all right. Mr. Harris, would you like to have any badge?
My mom too.
Mom? Come on up. Sure. Congratulations to y'all. I look forward to working with you in your new roles within our department. You can. All right. Well, we've witnessed today the beginning of a firefighter's career and the progression through the ranks via promotions. Now we move on to celebrating the closing of such a career for two of our long-term employees. I'd like everyone to hold their personal stories on either of the two individuals until after we're done with this, because I'm sure there's going to be some stories go around. But Mike and Daryle, if I could ask y'all both to come up. Yeah, that's fine. Either one. Lieutenant Mike Chiles has been with our department for almost 27 years. Originally hired at the firefighter level, Mike moved his way up through our organization, qualifying initially as a driver-operator. He also served for a number of years, as one of our department's battalion inspectors before moving to his current position of lieutenant in 2007. Mike's commendations include 2 meritorious service awards, an honorable service award, and several unit citations awards, along with numerous notices of recognitions and Department Employee of the Month awards. He was part of the city's response contingent to the North Brevard wildfires in 1998 and was awarded the county's and state meritorious service awards for his participation, and also obtained the city's Hurricane Award in 2004 for activities during Hurricanes Charlie, Francis, and Jean. Mike, on behalf of our department and that of the IAFF Local 2445 and the City of Titusville, we'd like to say thanks for your dedication and service to our community and our department. And if you'd like, we'll go ahead and wait and present both y'all with your axes and shadow boxes towards the end of it. Battalion Chief Daryle Blankenship has been with our department for 1 month shy of 30 years. That's a long time. Originally hired at the firefighter level for the opening.
Speak up a little bit.
Is he hard of hearing? Old age? Originally hired at the firefighter level for the opening of what is now Fire Station 12. I believe that was what, back in '84?
Yes.
Daryle moved his way up through the ranks in our organization, qualifying as a driver-operator in 1989 and a lieutenant in 2003 before achieving the rank of battalion chief in 2007. It's not many individuals that can say that they graduated from clown school before graduating from college. Daryle stands before us. You forgot about that? No, you did not. But Daryle served as part of our Hoser and Flash public education duo with Dave Williams for many years within our department, educating the youth within our community. Daryle's commendations include 2 meritorious service awards, 2 honorable service awards, 4 unit citation awards, along with numerous notices of recognitions, and Department Employee of the Month awards. He was part of the city's response contingent to the North Brevard wildfires in 1998 and was awarded the county's state and meritorious service awards for his participation, and also obtained a City Hurricane Award in 2004 for his activities during the Hurricanes Charlie, Francis, and Jean. Also in 2004, his actions in responding to the emergency needs of a tour bus of students who had careened off the highway earned him one of the most prestigious state honors awarded by the Florida Fire Chiefs Association, and that was the State EMT of the Year Award. Daryle also was instrumental in forming our department's Honor Guard, first Honor Guard unit, and has served on it for many years. It is also his other talents and abilities that make him the person we have constantly turned to over the years. Whether it was for his skills as a barbecue pit master and cooking for a lot of our events and award ceremonies over the years, or his construction abilities, Daryle was always there to help, always asking what he can do. To support our department's 100-year anniversary this past December, Daryle headed the project to construct and install our firefighter memorial out front in between our flagpoles, and built the oversized picture frames and display ledges throughout our headquarters facility, as you can see out in our waiting area. Daryle and Mike, I can truly say how proud and humbled I am to stand here today with such fine examples of the fire service in our department, serving our community for such a long time. We all have responded to many calls together. We've shared a lot of memories, and I've enjoyed working the past 19 years with both of y'all and hope that you two enjoy many years of your retirement. So with that, I want to say congratulations. If I could have Joe from Human Resources come up.
Mike, congratulations. Enjoyed working with you. Appreciate all your achievements that Chief read off, and good luck in your retirement.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Oh, yes, yours is good. All right. And next, we have the honorary shadow box. And because of Mike's tenure and all the different positions he's held, you can see there's a lot of different badges and patches and awards and everything in here, so. There you go, Mike.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Dave, you want to come up and do this one? Go.
You already said it all.
Yeah, here, I'll hold that for you, Mike.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. All the ones I did in the way, I probably get my own. Yeah, well, I'll get some more pictures later.
There you go. All right. And now Daryle. This for Daryle.
Daryle, on behalf of all the employees of the city, congratulations on your retirement. Thanks for all your hard work and effort, and we appreciate your service. Good luck in your retirement.
Thank you.
And similar to what Mike had presented, we have the same type of shadow box that we're presenting to Daryle as well. So on behalf of the department, we thank you. Get out y'all's way here.
Yeah, all those numbers.
Pete, you guys got anything you want to say?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'll save my time for Daryl's roasting.
All right.
Good for right now.
Well, now the time has come. You can sit down if you like, Mike, or you can stand up, however you want to do that. Does anybody have any kind of stories that they'd like to share about Mike or Daryle? Let's start off with Frank first. He's kind of anxiously waiting in the back.
Thank you. I want to talk now.
Let me just go to my notes here. You know, Daryle and I always said that whoever gets to retire first gets to tell the stories. Well, Daryle's retiring first, so I get to tell the stories. You know, some things about Daryle we all know. Some don't even need explanations. So one of the things I'd like to share with everybody today is one of these. I'd like to present this to you. Fond memories. Enjoy that in good health.
Oh, that's cold too.
Don't open it.
So obviously he has a little momentum. But what I wanted to do is share what we had done. We said that we're going to save all the notes, all the different stories that we could collect over the years. Well, since Daryle's leaving first, what we had done is I helped him clean his desk out, and I found a card that he had a couple notes written down that he was going to tell about me. And I thought, wow, I wish I could be that squared away and had prepped everything for him. But what I did one a little better. Over the years, I've collected a little bit of stuff. And I'd like to start with chapter 1, if I may. It's called The Years of the Yuck Yuck Man. No, obviously we're not going to go into those stories. There are some stories we'd like to tell, but that'll be for another date and in probably a different company. I do want to say both to Mike and Daryle, it has actually been an honor and a pleasure working with y'all. They say that time flies when you have fun. And when you look back, we had a heck of a good time. 30 years and 25 years has gone like that. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you.
What? I got some on YouTube. Probably so.
That's my granddaughter sitting right there.
Yep.
I was nice to Mom.
Well, I'm going to say what you said. Mom and Dad's here, so keep us both out of trouble.
That's right.
But I can remember when he first got hired, you were about that size right there. Yep. You over eating cereal at breakfast at that table in the mornings. But, yep, y'all going to love it. But I had a bunch of stuff to say, but we'll make it short. I think you and Phil are the last of the Dirty Dozen, right?
Yes.
The last two?
Y'all let Phil park in handicap spot?
Yeah. No, we go way back, and we had some fun over the years, and like so, there's one call that sticks out in my mind. We were Delano fire. I think Jack was I was his lieutenant. He was driving for me. His acting, both were acting, and something happened. I lost my radio or whatever, and they started hollering. Daryle, I looked up. He was driving. He come in the house and backed me up, and we knocked it down and come out. So that's pretty. Thank you for all that. And but like I said, it was when we both get out of here and when the kids aren't here, we'll tell you the real stories. But yeah, but me and Mike go back a long way too. We worked together quite a few years as well, and we had some pretty serious calls, and he made me look good. So yeah, you helped a lot. Appreciate it. But on a serious note, people think I like to wheel and deal. I can't hold a candle to this one right here. Who knows what Green Acres is? Y'all watch Green Acres? Remember that? Well, Mr. Haney here would come in and say he could sell a car, a motorcycle, a dune buggy, better than anybody I know. But anyway, we had some good times, and I appreciate your help, and enjoy your retirement.
My granddaughter's here.
When I was little, my dad started at the fire department as a volunteer in Osteen, Florida. And, used to then, I was at the department, Billy and them, they got a call, we slung me in the truck, we took off, we went. I've been to calls, we've been through some stuff. There's a lot of times I did not think that he was gonna come back, and every time he did. I've never been more proud of one person in my entire life. Kaya is very proud of you two. We're so glad to call you Papa. And I'm so glad that you get an extra 10 days a month, finally.
Anyone else?
Tonight.
I knew you'd be nice.
I am going to be nice because we still have tonight at the bar. But I want to start with Mike. Some of you aren't aware that I actually did start my career with the city 41 years ago over at City Hall before I came here. And I don't think Mike ever knew how notorious he was over at City Hall. I think there's a couple of City Hall people that can remember this. Those of you all that remember Mike Cahoot that came in, well, he was called Old Blue Eyes. Quite attractive, talked about a lot. But Mike Chiles, he was baby blue eyes. And let me tell you, there were a lot of dreaming going on out there, Mike. I just want you to tell him, you know, now that you're going, I can tell that story because you were talked about a lot. A lot. But I also did, when I was over in the fire, transferred to the fire department, I also worked with you somewhat when you were battalion inspector. And I have to say, administrative people, we may see them when they come in as new hires, and we may not see them again for 6 to 9 months. But I did have an opportunity to work with Mike in his role as battalion inspector, because he was up there with John Messina and Chuck Bogle working through things. And I do want to say you were a pleasure to work with, very, very open and very professional. And from the clerical staff, I can tell you that we really appreciated it, and thank you. Thank you very much. And then it's Daryle. And then it's Daryle. But I am going to keep it because we've got other stories we can talk about. But I do want to thank Daryle because he's always been there every time we've asked for something from the administrative staff that we want done, whether it's cooking for our volunteer luncheon. He's down there manning the grills. And he's also there to take care of our framing needs and construction needs. And sometimes he's a little grumpy to deal with, but, you know, he gets the job done, as he kept saying. I got 2 days. I got 2 days. I got 2 hours. It's going to get done. And it did, and he did a wonderful job. And Daryle, I'm gonna really miss you. So, thank you.
I'll get out. I got one. So since we're going to talk about names like little Blue Eyes, not James Bond. Do you remember that? Yeah. We used to. This was back in late '80s, early '90s. Used to have river rat parties out at the river, and everybody get their boats if they had them, or pal up with people who had boats, and we all go out to one of the islands and party all day. And it was just for firemen. That's all, just for the firefighters, nobody else. And we'd go out and have a good time. And on the very first party, I think Mike had it was like a 14-foot bow rider. Wasn't a real great boat, but it was a boat. And so we're out there on the island, and you see a boat coming from across, into the bridge and coming towards the island. And he comes, and he's coming towards the island. He's not slowing down. He's coming towards the island. He's not coming. He rides that boat right up onto the island, fully onto the island like James Bond coming to save somebody. Hops out of the boat, and he's there. So that was James Bond. That was a good time. It was a good time, but had a lot of good times. Going back to being my driver and working together, and you always made my job easy, and I appreciate everything you did, and I hope you have a great time retirement. I'll be there soon. Yes. I'll be there soon. So, Daryle, hey, I don't have a lot of stories, quite honestly, but I will tell you that I know there's been many a times where we've had little closed door vent sessions, in the BC office, and I always appreciate that. It was a good opportunity where we could vent and talk about things, and I'm grateful. So, thank you very much.
I'm Dave Williams from Osceola. Some of you don't know me. I don't know. worked with Daryle for a long time. I got here a few years before him. It's been 5 years since I've retired. I remember when he first came on. We've had a lot of good times. This venue is not the place to say, although we did have a good time traveling to Bullhead City, Arizona, going to clown school in a fire department car. That was, well, we left the Grand Canyon, and we were late for our hotel check-in. We were supposed to be there at like 6 o'clock, and it was like 5 when we were leaving the Grand Canyon. So Daryle driving, Daryle was driving the car, and we're all of a sudden, the lights come on, the siren comes on, and we left from the Grand Canyon with the lights and siren on, and we didn't stop till we got to Bullhead City, Arizona. We were passing cop cars, and they were waving, and we were waving. Here's the Florida Fire Department going, meow. We got to the hotel and shut off the car, and you know when something gets really, the car's tink, 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 because it was so hot. You could fry an egg on it, I'm sure, but that was only on the way there. I could go on and on, but had a lot of good times. And Mike, known Mike a long time since he first came here too, and talk about baby blue eyes and all, and the women at City Hall, they're still talking, but they're just talking at the nursing home now. They still remember them though, but they're still talking though. But, congratulations to both of you, everybody, all the new hire there. Good job. You picked a good place to start a career. Stay here. It's a good place. I did my whole career here. Never had to go anywhere else. Loved it. People are great. Community's great. All the people who got promoted. Chad, all the lieutenants. Congratulations, everybody. And that's about it.
I would like one picture before I go. I'd like for my operations chief to wear the hat. Y'all think he should wear the hat? Let's get a picture. This is his hat. Come on, buddy. There you go. No, I can't.
You sure?
I'm sure. I won't make it through it.
Anybody else? Well, we'll save that for the after party.
Yep, that'll be easier.
So.
I'll stand here staring at people. At least I can look at the ground in my shoes.
Well, I would like to extend a thanks out to everybody that came and witnessed and partaked in our event today. We had a lot of things accomplished. We had a lot of things with our new hire and all the way through retirements. And it's a good day for Titusville. I hate to see that we're losing so many of our senior tenured employees, but I feel we're in a good place and we're going to keep moving forward. We got a lot of good talent still within our department, and I see us going good places. So with that, we have cakes and refreshment out to the back of the room, and I thank everybody for coming. Thank you.